Hey, this is Rachel Bowen from Skid Row, and you are watching CMS TV. Yeah.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ow!
And hello, good evening and good night.
Sir, how are we?
I am shitty. How are you?
Better than you. You sound terrible.
I feel like I got hit by a Mack truck, dude.
That's not good.
It's been like, it'll be a week on Wednesday.
Wasn't your car screaming away without any brakes hitting you, was it?
No, those, even though we still hear a noise, those are still apparently fixed.
Okay.
Now, you have to admit, I sound better than I did 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you do sound a little better at this particular moment, yes.
I don't know what the hell's going on, man.
You got the flu, that's what's going on.
Okay, it's been like a week.
Did you take any meds?
I've been taking like NyQuil and DayQuil and stuff like that.
Oh, you got to go get yourself an antibiotic or something, apparently.
Yeah, it's not like I have time for that, dude. I work 3 different jobs and busting my ass here.
I know. Well, you're going to be dead if you don't.
So I sent a message to my doctor. I said, hey, look, this is what's going on. These are the symptoms I got. Can you give me an antibiotic?
Right.
Well, you're going to stop in. I said, well, can't you just call me?
You would hope.
What do you want?
Yeah.
So
But
it's
he
been
did-
like sore throat.
Right.
Definitely a nasal drip, but going backwards. So not out the front, down the throat.
Right.
And I had some aches and pains, but those are gone. Now I'm just really tired and the throat problem.
Yeah, you sound like you're struggling with the throat, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's been. My wife loves it, dude.
She doesn't have to hear you.
Yeah, she doesn't listen to me.
It's funny.
But it does suck.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
I mean, honestly, rather be. Dude, I don't know how long I'm going to last.
Probably not long.
I'd rather be in a car in L.A., dude.
Well, as long as you're not in the passenger seat going under a bridge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We have this problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that LA stuff is a mess, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
You don't think it's like throat cancer or anything, right?
No, stop it, man. My foot hurts. It's falling off. Well,
that happened already.
I guess you have reason.
So I don't know, man. I don't know how long I'm going to last with this tonight.
That's fine. We'll make it work.
Cody says struggling with the throat, and he laughs. Well, maybe that's what I need.
What? Somebody to make fun of you?
No, maybe if I suck a little cock and get something to coat the back of my throat.
Get that strong jizzy throat going?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
A little saltwater action in the back there.
Right? Little phlegm, jizzy phlegm to cover up the scratchiness in the back of your throat.
There's got to be something I can do here.
Clearly, this is not the Wednesday show.
Yeah, this is not. No.
Did we actually air this week?
I'm pretty sure it did. I don't think anybody heard it.
3 a.m. or whatever time?
I don't think anybody actually heard it, but we did air.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Didn't know there was anything left to burn in L.A. Yeah. So my sister-in-law just got back from L.A.
Oh, yeah?
And she said, it's the greatest place ever. I don't understand why you guys don't want to move out there.
Please.
And now it's on fire.
Yeah. Why we don't want to live there has nothing to do with the area. The area is nice. It's the fucking assholes that run the place. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's not that L.A. is an ugly place to be. It's that Gavin Newsom's in charge of it.
Yeah.
Which automatically, look, just for me or you to move to L.A. today, just to move, we take a 4% pay decrease if we make the same amount of money we do now, just in taxes. Go from 6% to 10%. It's just brutal. It's absolutely brutal to live out there. It costs way too much. And plus, every other month, they got something going on, whether somebody's butt hurt and they got to burn down their city, or whether it's, an actual burning down of their city. There's no reason to be out there. Fuck that place.
I blame John Drake for my throat being all sore.
Why'd you suck his cock or something?
Hey, but he gave me quite a workout the other day, dude, and he was very forceful.
Really?
You're not supposed to be like that, John. Gentle.
If you shave your head, he wouldn't have anything to grab onto while he's pushing you down.
Dude, if you were being gentle, John, I'd be okay to do my show. Fucking dick.
Shave your head, Seth. That way you won't have that grabby spot.
And we're going to get to these riots in just a second, but
okay.
The other problem I'm having is I needed this liner for my leg. I think I told you about for my amputated leg. Well, one of the guys that's listening to the show right now sent me a message showing me that the same thing I'm getting charged $1,800 for by the company, I can get from a store for $200. Dude.
So why don't you just get it from the store?
I got to find what size I wear, then I'm going to do that. I'm not going to go get... Look, I already got... apparently throat raped by John. I'm not going to get butt raped the other way for $1,800, dude.
Right. Well, what store do you have to go to? Like a drugstore or something?
No, there's actually a place called the amputee store.
Okay. They can't measure you on the spot?
It's more of an online thing. So I'm going to see if there's like a place like I can actually go, but it looks like it's an online store. But $200, $300 is a hell of a lot better than $1,800.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it makes
what happened to Greg?
I don't know. He got tired of hearing us talk about your leg thing.
Dick.
He's like, your voice sounds good enough. You don't need me today.
Well, we absolutely need you. I mean, I can't remember the last time I felt like this crap. But the problem is I don't feel like actually shitty other than I'm really tired.
Right.
And the throat thing, it was really bothering me.
Yeah, it sounds rough. There's no question about that. You are a tough listen today, my friend.
And then I have no boss at work, right?
Right.
I'm on vacation. There's nobody to fill in for me when I go to work. I can't even call off.
Oh, you can.
Well, nobody's going to be there then.
Sounds like their problem, doesn't it?
Who do I even call? My boss is gone.
Send them an email. Sounds like their problem. They're running the place. They're the one that staffed it.
Take a COVID test away? I mean,
What
I
will
can
that
taste
do?
stuff. I can smell stuff.
Even if,
So what if it's COVID? And
yeah. So what? Then what? You go take the shot.
the shot's not going to cure it.
You ain't got to take the shot anyway. Fuck that.
No.
Ridiculous.
All right, so there's 8 billion riots in L.A., dude.
Yeah, there are. It's
People
fun.
are lighting shit on fire because they're crazy.
Fun,
Greg
ain't
wanted
it?
to come on and talk about it. So,
Mhm.
Greg,
Hey,
you keep hitting it. I keep hitting it. Go ahead.
There he is.
there I am. Can you guys
How are
hear
you,
me?
man?
Okay? I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Well, Seth is dying. I'm fine.
I'm shitty, so thank you.
Well, you know what? I missed the first part of the show trying to figure out everything on the back end here with cameras and trying to use my OBS virtual camera.
Right.
All that nonsense, but it was not working out for me. So I am
So
here, though.
What is that? What we're going to be using? OBS?
I was going to use my OBS virtual cam because I got some great video backgrounds and it looks fantastic. So I just have this crappy brick wall behind me now. I had to settle for that.
So do I need to buy a whole new camera for this?
No.
No. It's probably just me needing to figure things out. That's all. I'm 50 years old. I just have my daughter show me how to work stuff.
You'll be fine, Seth.
Dude, if he can't figure it out, I'm fucked.
Why?
Well, then you'll just have You'll just have green behind you.
Why you can't get it figured out either?
I
No,
haven't tried
we
yet.
haven't tried it yet.
Uh,
We're switching off a StreamYard here at the end of the month, so
Gotcha.
we got to move to either. I built a whole OBS, scene set and all that other stuff, so that's ready to go. But Seth's the one and only problem with it is the green screen. StreamYard has the green screen capacity where OBS you got to
You
kind of
actually have to have a green screen.
you have to trick it. You have to kind of do like you did, do the virtual camera and then have the right lights and set up the right blah, 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 But
Yeah.
I know how to set it up. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I don't, so I'll be fucked.
No, I'll set yours up. We'll just
Have your
connect.
daughter show you how to do it.
Yeah, there's that too. Your daughter could probably set it up quick.
Yeah.
I wish somebody could just show me how to not feel like shit. How about that?
Oh,
I can go to bed.
And, Greg, now there's nobody at work to actually call off sick.
oh man. Yeah, you are you screwed.
But Greg,
Boss is 2 hours away.
I
He's on
told him
vacation.
point blank. Sounds like the boss's problem.
That is true.
That's not Seth's problem. Seth is not a staffing coordinator. Seth is an engineer.
And 6 months ago, as a good company man, I would have encouraged you to go into work. But since I no longer work for that company, call off.
Let him be down.
Call off.
Look, I'm more worried about Bob than I am about anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, Bob would be he'd be a lost person if I wasn't there doing it.
Yeah, you would.
Well, if you
Yeah,
die, you won't be there. So you got to get yourself healthy.
All right, am I going to die because I got a cold or flu or something?
Never know.
Yeah.
Remember that deadly COVID? If you didn't take the shot, then you were dead. Oh, sorry.
You got the diabetes. You got to take care of yourself, brother.
That's right.
All right, dude. Seriously. I mean, I feel like I got a sore throat and a cough and coughing up some phlegm and shit. And now you guys have me think I'm dying.
No, you're the one that thinks you're dying. We're just going along with it.
I had a family member call me fat the other day, and it's devastated me. Now I think every little problem, I'm gonna fucking pass out and die on the floor here.
They called you fat, on purpose?
Well, not didn't say the word fat, just said, "Yeah, you're getting pretty big there."
I had a grandmother like that. She wouldn't hold back.
Did you punch her in the throat and toss her on the ground?
No, but one time she said I had better looking tits than she did.
Wow.
Did you?
Well, yeah, I kind of do. I could dye my hair blue and dress in a dress and go to L.A. and
Yeah, throw a brick through a cop's window or something.
Exactly.
Perfect.
exactly.
All right, so you wanted to come on because they're talking about these riots that are going on.
Yeah. Well, it's friggin' ridiculous, and I have the solution. Everybody wins. Gavin Newsom wins. Donald Trump wins. The people of California win. We win. And that's look before or earlier in the week, Trump told Newsom he was going to cut off federal funding. Newsom came back and said, well, we're not going to give you our federal income taxes from our citizens. And it's like, well, at that point, you might as well secede.
Yeah.
We'll extend the border wall up the California-Nevada border. And heck, if Washington and Oregon want to get in on it too, we can extend it all the way up to Canada. But before we do that, we fly all the rest of the Biden illegals over into California. That way Gavin can have a strong voting base and just wall it up.
He won't need a voting base if he secedes. He can run it any way he wants.
Exactly. It's the communist state of California.
Well, it's already been
Communist
that.
country of California.
Right. I mean, dude, what are they? First, I am clueless, and I'm not going to lie. They're rioting over what? Deportations?
Deporting illegal
Criminals.
invaders. Criminals, people that want to... Well, they're all criminals. They all fall under criminals because they're not supposed to be here. But, everybody from the poor family that wants a better life to the MS-13 gang members. And what these idiots forget is that for years, we've had a legal path to citizenship. Now, it's not easy, and it's not supposed to be easy.
Right.
We don't want just any moron off the streets coming to the United States. We want people that can contribute. And if you or me, if we go to any other country to file for citizenship, we have to prove our worthiness and go through their rigorous process to become a citizen there.
Right.
So why is America any different?
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell people. I mean, if you go to Canada, you still have to follow their rules to go live in Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just walk in and go sit down and buy a place and enjoy life, dude. That's a way that it works anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why people expect it to be different here. And, I've been watching a lot of these riots, and they've been talking about bricks like the one behind you that have been shipped in, and people are just going picking them off the pallets.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's Soros again.
Yeah.
He did that back in May of 2020. He's doing it again. And half those people that you see in the crowd, maybe more than half, they're paid by Soros to be there.
Right.
They have the same uniforms, the same helmets on, the same signs, and the same bricks.
Mm-hmm.
This might be breaking news. Did you see Trump just said something about the LA riots?
No. What did he say?
Well, let's bring it up.
All right.
Share this.
My fellow Americans, it is with overwhelming enthusiasm that I am declaring that anyone who protests or interferes with ICE and their operations is officially gay, big time. With that being said, go ahead and call your dads, tell them about your alternative lifestyle as a gay communist, and then, who knows, maybe eat a lollipop. I don't know what flamers do with their time, but I'd imagine it's something along those lines. Maybe decorate a bathroom, who knows? In either case, this is who you are now, and everybody knows that cat's out of the bag. Cat is out of the bag. My fellow Americans.
There you go.
I freaking love AI sometimes.
The sad part is there's people out there that will believe that shit, dude.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
He's definitely not wrong.
He may not have said it, but he's not
He
wrong.
may not have been filmed saying it, but I'm sure he's thinking it.
I don't know, man. I'm taking a beating on that front all day long, too.
Oh,
All I do is keep posting shit online on every fucking news site Facebook page about the parade, and everybody hates you now. Apparently, I'm the biggest homophobe in Cleveland.
Oh, you posted about the Pride Parade.
Yeah,
Did they have one, or are they having?
they did. No, they had one over the weekend.
Those people they don't understand the meaning of homophobe.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. I keep hearing that too. Oh, you're a homophobe. Well, guess what? I used to be one of the biggest allies of the gay and lesbian community. I almost got fired from the Fish because I DJ'd a Pride event 15 years ago, before the whole LGBTQ mafia went off the freaking rails.
Right.
Now screw them.
I ran a mechanical. I actually ran a mechanical bull at a Pride event in Lakewood. For one of their events way back in the day.
Yeah.
It was like one of those big,
That
huge.
poor fool.
Yeah, well, it was one of those mechanical things. It was great. It was really fun. And actually, it was a good time. I have no problem with who you want to have sex with.
Yeah.
Shit, my throat is sore because of John Drake's cock in my mouth. But I do have a problem with parades and grooming children and that kind of thing. It's enough. Enough is enough.
Right. And it seems like, well, the big problem is groupthink. I mean, whether it's the white liberal, the liberal white knights, or the LGBTQ mafia, it's all groupthink. So if you are gay or lesbian, if you fit into one of the letters of their alphabet, you have to be on board with the grooming and the whole trans thing. And if you're not, you might as well be white, straight, and conservative, because you're a hater, you're a homophobe, even if you are gay.
Yeah. I don't get it a little bit. And then you asked the question, like, so when exactly is the straight day? And this girl goes, every day is straight day. I said, well, I missed the parade. Can you direct me to the route? I mean, I don't know where that is. I mean, I've never seen one.
John Drake says that, by the way, a gay pride parade is not grooming children. He hates that statement. I tell you what, John, if the video footage I saw in Cleveland represented everything that went on there, and maybe it did, because I didn't go this year. I haven't gone in about 20 years. Then no, the Cleveland parade was not grooming children. But there are plenty of pride parades where there's, dudes in leather walking, a dude in a dog mask and leather and a leather, what do you call that, athletic supporter, down the street, and all kinds of freaky stuff going on.
And I hate to tell you, John, but yes, there were drag queens there. They were handing out stuff to children. I mean, yes, there is grooming going on. Well, you have parents who take their kids to show an alternative lifestyle that, quite frankly, is wrong. Sorry if you don't like it. It's not the way God intended it to be.
I got to tell you, back when I used to go to Cleveland Pride, I don't recall seeing
those kids look like they're being groomed.
Yes.
Before I went to Pride several times before the LGBTQ mafia went off the rails. And back in the day, I don't recall seeing children. And in fact, for a couple of years there when we went, we had my daughter was very young. I wouldn't have dreamed of taking her there. I was there to support my gay and lesbian friends. I would not dream of taking my child there for the fact that there could have been drag shows with dudes with their fake boobs hanging out and all that nonsense.
Look, again, I don't care who you have sex with. That's not the point. The point, look, there's children there that are being groomed. It is. Look, even if you want to go with science, there's a penis and a vagina for a reason. They fit together for a reason.
And John,
like it. That's the way it is, though. I have gay friends and I love them, but I don't agree with the lifestyle.
And John is right that if it was a school assembly where children were required to attend, Portland, that would be grooming, yes. But also, your child can't go to a strip club can't just walk into a strip club because the strip clubs enforce an 18 and over policy. These pride events should be enforcing an 18 and over policy as well.
Yes.
Well, here's always my problem with any of this stuff, and I could care less. You could fuck a toaster. That's fine with me. I don't really care. You know, my thing is, if you can't talk about what they're celebrating, then you shouldn't be out there celebrating it in public. The real truth to this is these women want to eat pussy. These guys want to fuck other dudes. Let's talk about it. You want to have a pride parade? You want to get everybody involved? Let's talk about it. Tell me what's good about another man's asshole. Tell me why scissor licking is good, ladies. If you can't do that, then don't have your kids in that fucking wagon that was just on the screen.
Okay,
because that is what you're celebrating.
What's the point? I mean, why do I care who you're having sex with? Why does anybody care? That's all it's about.
Well, it's narcissism. It's pure and simple. It's narcissism. Back in the day, these people, had to hide for fear of getting their asses kicked or getting assaulted by by the police. And now that it's become a trend rather than a lifestyle, everybody wants in, and if you are gay or trans or whatever, you are brave. You're a hero.
Well, and the whole thing, and again, this goes back to the whole policy. The whole policy that they want is for you to clamor about how brave they are, how bold they are. They don't. The claim is acceptance. They claim wanting acceptance, but they don't want acceptance. They want dominance.
Yeah.
They want you to be gay. They don't want, I accept it. These people in that video that I was showing a minute ago, go ahead. Do whatever you want to do. But don't expect me to come up to you and say, you know what? You are so brave. Because I really don't care. Guys fucking guys to me is no different than guys fucking fat chicks. It's still either embarrassing or it's not.
Right.
And
Period.
I can accept your lifestyle and I'd have to like it. Yeah. And there's no need to force feed it down everybody's throat. No pun intended. I mean, there's just all right. Hey, there is some like real breaking news. This may be very controversial coming up here.
All right.
Trump has released 500 Marines to deploy to Los Angeles.
I don't like that.
And so actually,
he was going to do that last night, so he hasn't done it yet.
He did now. Putting 500 active
duty troops.
Active duty troops.
Yeah, I'm not for
nice. Nice. It's over.
I'm not for that.
No.
Oh,
why not?
Because that's not what service members. That's not what active duty service members are for. You're not supposed to deploy active duty service members in the country. That's what the National Guard is for.
Yeah.
That's why they're the National Guard.
Why
versus the international military? Nah, I'm not for that at all.
I fell asleep watching the riots about 10 o'clock last night, so I didn't really see when the National Guard moved in. So what did they do? Nothing or what?
They basically surrounded everything. I mean, I couldn't sleep last night at all because I'm sick.
Yeah.
And I kept tossing and turning, so I had on I had on Amazon Prime, and you can get like news channels from all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually watching live footage from like the LA news station, and the National Guard just kind of moved in, surrounded a whole bunch of areas, and they were getting shit tossed at them, rocks and bottles filled with concrete, and I mean it was crazy. I mean, it was crazy.
For this, but they should have gone Kent State style.
They should. I'm with you on that, Greg. They should absolutely lay a few of these fuckers dead and see how many more want to keep coming.
Yep.
Because this isn't peaceful protesting. This is absolute riotous behavior. It's absolutely terrorist behavior. It's terroristic. So if you're going to act like a terrorist, you should catch a bullet to the brain. Sorry.
Yep.
If you're throwing bottles full of concrete or something, put a bullet in their head and move on. Let the coroner scrape them up. I
fully expect if I were ever to be aggressive towards a cop, that's trying to arrest me or subdue me, I fully expect to get a bullet to the head. I don't know why it should be any different if you're not white, not straight, or protesting.
Welcome to the ultimate experience for hard rock and heavy metal fans. Introducing the CMS Locals VIP app, your #1 destination for all things on the CMS network. Dive into the classic metal show, Chris Akin Presents, Seth Williams Show, and more, all in one place. It's free to get started or elevate your experience with a subscription for just $4.99 a month. Go commercial free, get advanced releases, and enjoy exclusive bonus episodes. Plus, it's the prime spot to chat with like-minded fans who love raw, uncensored commentary. Are you ready to rock? Download from your iOS or Android store, search for the CMS network, and join the community now. It's free, it's easy, and it's the best way to keep our shows with you every single day. Install the Locals.com app today and follow the CMS network.
Protesting is making a lot of noise, chanting, standing outside, that's protesting.
Yeah.
This ain't protesting. Throwing bricks off of bridges is not protesting.
They were picking up those little scooters like around Cleveland and stuff.
Yeah.
That people ride around. They were throwing them off of bridges on top of cars.
Jeez. I
That's
saw
what I'm saying.
the
Shoot 'em.
Waymos they set on fire. And I think those are electric. They've got those lithium batteries, so you can't put those out very easily.
But yeah, Trump has now released 500 active duty Marines to deploy to LA.
And you know what kills me is just the amount of liberal Democrats online, people saying, oh, Trump is so bad for bringing in the National Guard. It's such a terrible thing. And no, it's not. This protest shouldn't happen in the first place. Americans should be happy that Trump is getting these illegal invaders the hell out of the country.
Wait a second. These guys wanted to come here from Mexico to the U.S., right? Because we're a better country to live in.
Well, not even
Yet
from
they were
Mexico.
burning American flags.
Yep. And then flying their own
Mexican
flag.
flags.
Yeah.
Again, they don't want you to just accept. They want you to conform.
Well, and that's what the left is all about. I mean, that's how you tie it all in together. Whether it's a pride parade or the immigration or whatever it is, you can't dislike what they like. They don't assimilate to our country. They want to take it over.
Mm-hmm.
According to Scooby, it's not the first time the Marines have been deployed to Los Angeles. Back in '92, 1,000 Marines were deployed supposedly to the Rodney King riots.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
How'd that go for you?
Sure, Reginald Denny might have something to say. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
If he can talk out the half of his face that still works. Jesus, that dude took a beating with a brick.
Yeah, that was terrible.
But that's the same as this. How is it different?
Yeah.
This is, look, here's the cops getting pelted with bricks. And these are obviously not local cops. These are what is this, Mexico or something? Policia? But same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out when it was. I mean, if there was other times where...
A friend of mine posted something today that really concerns me. He's a liberal, but I kind of agree with him on this one. He says that countries that are in chaos, that have internal chaos, are the ones that end up getting invaded by other countries.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no strong will to fight back.
Well, we had a guy on this morning talking about that. Tom T? Greg?
No, I don't. No.
He was saying that this is the first step towards a civil war. And then if that happens, then you have 30,000 illegal Chinese that are already here, men of fighting age, that could absolutely start something serious.
You got 10 million illegals from all over the place that are already here.
Yeah, you got Russians, you got MS-13, everybody.
Stay armed, my friends.
This
Stay armed.
This could honestly be the first step towards a civil war, though.
Could be.
When we're turning our own troops on our own citizens, that's a problem.
Well, Trump's wrong for that one. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. You do not deploy the active duty military on cities. I mean, that's even written into the bylaws of it. Is that our Army, Air Force, Marines? That is for other country defense against other countries, not internal.
Well, I mean, in his defense, though, this is a war against illegals coming from Mexico.
Well, I think every single enemy country is looking for an opportunity to invade or do harm externally to us. So yeah, we do need our Marines, all of our military, on guard for that, and let the National Guard handle it.
Yeah, I mean, how Trump's deployed? What did you say? He deployed 500?
500, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be comfortable if those 500 are flying drones and throwing bombs?
Yeah,
throwing torpedoes, throwing
at the rioters?
Yeah, well, but it still would be in Los Angeles. Look, as much as we're all joking that we'd like to see all these fuckwads dead,
yeah.
Let's be honest. Do you really want to see a drone fly over Los Angeles and start dropping bombs over there in Paramount, California, or over the Sunset Strip or whatever?
Cody
Is that really what we want?
Cody says the oath does say enemies foreign and domestic.
I mean,
I understand
at some point, if we can't round them up and get them off the street, we're going to have to take drastic measures.
Well, I guess my guns are going to get another good cleaning this week.
John says CNN is now reporting that 700 that have been deployed. I'm only seeing 5 everywhere. I don't know. It's gonna be some crazy times, man.
It is a mess. That is for sure.
You know what though? It makes for entertaining TV at night. You turn on Fox or something, man. It's really entertaining. Grab some popcorn, sit back, and relax. We live 3,000 miles away, so it ain't gonna hurt us
for now. The weekend. This weekend is the big one, isn't it? Didn't I see that they're calling for this on the 14th?
Oh, isn't it Trump's birthday? And they're calling for protests nationwide.
Yeah, there's an army. It's the Army's 250th birthday.
Yes, the so-called waste of money.
And so now there's the No King riots that are going to be happening all across the country.
Yes. So I'm sure George Soros and his son are going to pay for pallets of bricks to be dropped off in every city, and then all these Gen Z losers who have no life are going to get paid to show up and throw bricks.
Well, could somebody on this side of it be kind and throw a couple boxes of 44 into my mailbox or something so that I can be ready?
I could use some 9mm.
Yeah, I could use that too. I could even use some 22s for one of my other ones. That'll leave a good welt.
Yeah. Well.
That's about it with a 22. But
I don't suppose we could take a quick break, could we?
Sure, why not?
I got to run to the restroom and throw something up real quick.
All right, go ahead.
No, I'm not like that kind of sick. I'm just saying, like, I got to cough something up.
All right, well, hey, you guys done with me?
No, you can stick around.
All right,
I'll hang out.
Play a commercial.
Okay.
And then if I'm not back, you guys talk. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you got it.
You got it?
Yep.
You hit it?
You want me to hit it?
Please.
All right. We'll be back in a minute. It is Seth Williams Show.
When disaster strikes, we come together. Here at Mario's Barbershop, we've turned our passion into purpose. As Hands to America, a 501c3 nonprofit, we're on the ground helping those hit by hurricanes, floods, fires, and tornadoes, right here in northeastern Ohio and nationwide. But we can't do it alone. We need your help to keep this vital work going. Your donations, whether it's cash or vehicles, can bring hope to those who've lost so much. Join us in making a real impact. Every donation fuels relief efforts and helps rebuild lives. Call us at 844-864-2727 2637 or locally at 216-520-1977 or visit us at handstoamerica.org to see how you can help.
Are you ready to shred? CMS Rocks is your 24/7 heavy metal fortress. We bring you the best of metal, from classic anthems to the latest shredders. Experience Metal Shop Mondays and catch the Classic Metal Show replay every Wednesday. Why pay for metal when CMS Rocks blasts the best, heaviest tunes all day, every day? Tune in now, wherever you are, on your phone or any device at www.cmsradio.net. Don't drop cash on streaming. Let CMS Rocks destroy your speakers with the ultimate metal playlist. Tune in now at www.cmsradio.net and get your face ripped off.
And we are back here on the Seth Williams Show. It's me, Chris Akin, and Greg Mack. Seth will be back in a second, I'd imagine. Greg, before we get back into the doom and gloom of the country dying, where are you at now? What are you doing?
Well, right now I'm doing a lot of mobile DJ gigs,
Okay.
and then I do a hip hop mix show for hip hop and R&B station here in Cleveland, 95.9 WOVU.
Okay.
Every Friday night at 9. And then I'm still doing my Twitch thing on Wednesday nights. So
how's the Twitch thing working out?
It's slow going, but it's getting there. It's getting there.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do the music video mixes, and that's not hip hop. So if you don't like rap music, don't worry. It's more dance, pop, some hair band stuff, 70s, 80s, 90s every Wednesday night, 8:00.
There you go. So watch quickly before the world absolutely ends here shortly.
So what you're saying is Greg makes more money than we do on this show that's been on for like 3 years.
Yes.
Okay, just wondering.
I'm making a little bit every month. I like my daughter. My daughter's taking Twitch. She can make a living on it.
Really?
Yeah. Like every dollar she's making on Twitch, she's just putting.
What is she doing? Is she doing?
She's doing
stuff
gaming, which kills me. I still can't wrap my head around watching other people play video games.
Yeah,
but they love it.
I have come to the conclusion that podcasting is just a young man's or young woman's sport. We're too old for it. We really are. We're too old for it because you see all the people that are successful are, for the very most part, young. For the very, very most part, the ones that are doing the best, the Logan Pauls and Jake Pauls and whatever of the world, they're all young.
Well, Bongino had a good run.
Yeah, and he's
left. Our age,
and he left. Rogan's our age too.
Yeah,
Rogan.
Okay, but let's not name the elite. Let's not name the elite ones. Let's name the regular Joes that are all making their living off of YouTube or Rumble or Twitch or whatever. They're all in their 20s. It's a young person's game.
Okay, yeah.
Because people look at the video and they're like, oh, what's this old fuck talking about? That's really what it comes down to. I hate to be that way, but what? Chiselka's playing the funny stop?
Oh, jeez.
All right, seriously, if we could all of us go to that show,
I'll go to that. When is it? What Tuesday is that?
What Wednesday night is that happening?
Does he actually have a stand-up act?
Dude, he used to tour with Sam Kinison.
No, really?
Yeah, that's what he says.
All right. Well, he doesn't get political with his comedy, does he?
Yes, he does.
Oh, jeez.
What is it? No, he's trying to bring everybody together.
We gotta go.
By bashing Trump.
We gotta go.
We have to.
When is that? I have to know now.
I don't know. I'm going to look that up.
I'm looking right now.
I think it's got to be what, like $8, right? I mean,
watch the tickets be $35 or something.
Why are they having real comedians there?
Let's see.
Dude, you don't understand.
Mike Chiselka is get tickets.
I fought with that guy all weekend long on Facebook.
June the 12th. Thursday, June the 12th at 8:00.
That's this Thursday.
Holy shit! This Thursday.
Yeah.
I think we might have to go to that. Mike Chiselka is a rising star in the stand-up comedy
A
world.
rising star. He fell like a brick.
Wait a minute, just let me read. I'm trying to catch people up that don't know who Mike is. Mike Chiselka is a rising star in the stand-up comedy world. An electrifying performer whose quick wit and keen observational humor light up every stage he graces.
Wait, did he not? Didn't you just say he opened for Sam Kinison,
Yes.
who died back in 1989?
Yeah.
So, yes.
And he's still called a rising star?
It took a very long time to rise, man.
Still rising.
Still rising.
With a natural knack for storytelling, Mike transforms everyday mishaps and life's little absurdities into laugh-out-loud moments that resonate with audiences from all walks of life, as long as they're not Republicans. It doesn't say that part, but
we gotta wear MAGA hats.
we should. Oh God!
Oh
that
my
would be
God!
so
Please,
fun.
I have a Donald Trump sweatshirt. I'm ready to wear. Oh, Thursday night. I gotta go.
You really
I want to heckle the shit out of that guy.
just boo him. Boo!
Yeah, boo!
Julie gonna be his date?
Yeah. Oh my
Wait,
God.
there's more. There's plenty more to read here.
Okay, please.
Drawing from years of performing in both intimate comedy clubs and larger festival settings.
Years? Wait, he's a rising star.
Well, it takes a long time for a star to rise. Let's see. His high energy sets blend clever one-liners with engaging, relatable narratives. Whether he's riffing on modern technology, navigating the quirks of relationships, or reflecting on the everyday challenges of modern living, Mike's authenticity and spontaneity captivate every listener.
I guarantee he didn't even write that.
I'm sure this is all AI driven. But, all right, Seth, put the drink down before I read this next line, because this is going to make you start screaming.
All right.
I need. Do you have arms on that chair?
Yeah.
You might want to hold them so that you don't jump out of the chair, fall
Okay.
down there. Off stage, Mike's warm personality and genuine connection with fans have built him a loyal following, and his dynamic presence is only growing as he continues to tour nationally.
Oh my good God. You mean tour nationally like Maslin?
Is there a town in Ohio called National?
Yeah, there is. Jesus, dude.
The dude couldn't even open for Chad Zumach.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, my question is, where was all these great things when he did the fucking podcast?
In ChatGPT. Wait, there's more. For a night of infectious humor, unexpected insights, and an unforgettable comedic experience, catch Mike Chiselka live and see why he's quickly becoming one of the most talked about voices in comedy.
You know what else is infectious? Chlamydia.
Yeah. You're definitely going to walk out of the club with something.
Who
Got a
is
smile on your face.
who is talking about Mike when they're talking about comics?
Who is talking about Mike with anything?
Well, this says he's one of the most talked about voices in comedy. So there's what? Jim Norton, Jim Florentine, Joe Rogan, Mike Chiselka. Really?
He played a bar in Parma where they have the only seating they have is around a bar.
Jeez.
Louis C.K., Mike Chiselka, Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
Richard Powell, Mike.
Richard Pryor, Mike Chiselka.
Mike Chiselka.
Yikes.
Holy shit, I gotta go on Thursday night, man.
Well, I'm just going to tell everybody, Mike Chiselka, that is Thursday, June the 12th, 8 p.m., 8 to 9:30. So it sounds like we're going to get 45 minutes from Mike.
45 minutes. The guy couldn't do a half hour on his show.
I think this sounds wonderful.
Does he have an opener?
He's playing 3 nights, for God's sakes. Thursday through, look on the thing, the 12th through the 14th.
Yeah, but does he have anybody opening for him? Or
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he has a opener and a guy, the guy that does 5 minutes and then the guy that does 15.
I'm telling you both right now that I would get more laughs with my voice sounding like shit in 45 minutes than that guy's going to get the entire night.
He may be a wonderful comic, Seth.
When? When did he start that? When he left here?
He's been holding it. He's been waiting. Now's the time.
He took some time off for the podcast, right? Of his comedy?
Do I need to read this again to you, Seth? One of the most talked about voices in comedy.
You know what he does, too? He goes, I was at your bedside when you were sick. Well, that doesn't make you like a great comic. Okay, you were a nice guy. You're my friend. It doesn't make you funny.
He's hilarious. Hilarious.
When he wasn't drinking and yelling at guests? No. He wasn't funny then either.
Mike Chiselka is a rising star in the stand-up community world.
That gray beard, the gray hair, yeah, he's a rising star, all right.
He's a rising star. Good point, Habu, good point. Dave Chappelle must be opening.
Yes. Must be, yeah.
Ohio representing.
His star started rising in like 1965 and is now getting somewhere.
His star is rising like a real star hitting orbit. Takes a long time to get there.
Man.
His star apparently had like a big brick attached to it the entire way.
Well, maybe on the 14th when they're having the big riot against democracy, Mike will be handing out bricks.
I'm sure he will be.
Maybe you get a free brick with your admission on the Saturday show. That sounds good.
Mike is respected by all the comedians. Look, we did a thing, remember? Where I wanted to bring on comedians onto the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not one of them were funny.
Yeah, he brought on some real stiffs.
He brought on all these comedians and they weren't funny.
Yeah, they really
were
not.
What do you bring those guys on? What do you bring the funny people on?
Tell me something, because I don't know this guy. I've never, and sure. I don't want to slam him without knowing him. And I know, Seth, at least you know him.
I love Mike personally, but
is Bill Squire actually a funny comedian? Because he was about as funny as the brick wall behind me on the Alan Cox show.
I've never actually seen his actual comedy routines. As a person, I really like the guy, and he's never been anything but nice to me. But
I mean,
yeah, you're right.
People tell me he's funny. He's funny on stage, but
on the show,
I don't know if working for Alan Cox is just a toxic work environment, but Bill just sounded very uncomfortable in that show.
Well, I can tell you, I have seen Bill Squire. He opened for Landau once, and
okay,
you may not want to go.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he was at my wedding. He was a nice guy.
Bill Squire?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a nice guy, but I'm not funny, so,
Hey, Bill Squire, there was another guy that was on at my wedding, a local comedy guy. But I never saw, like, Chad Zumach's comedy. I was never into that whole local comedy.
Chad's okay. I want to like Chad. I really do. Especially since he used to have all those issues with, driving cars into trees and stealing credit cards, and he seems to have turned himself around in that area. But I'm rooting for him. But man, I haven't seen anything that's super funny from Chad yet.
Well, if driving into a tree is funny, then looks like Holly Strano she's unemployed. She might be a new stand-up comedian.
You guys got to get her on the show. You, for real, you guys got to get Holly on the show.
I've asked her 3 times and she ignores me. And I know her. I've had dinner with her.
What the heck?
She asked my wife to come over and make meatballs at her house together.
Maybe she saw the hour and a half long of us dissecting her traffic.
Well, she should be happy for us. They got like 15,000 views. It's our best show ever.
And you told her you're going to promote her podcast and everything?
I said, I'd love to have you on and talk about your podcast. I've said all that stuff, and I get no response from her.
She has a podcast?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't know, Holly something?
Wait a minute. Mike taught Andrew Dice Clay the nursery rhymes bit? That's
Might have.
impossible.
He might have.
No. That's a funny bit.
What is it? That's that somewhere?
Somebody put in the chat.
Yeah, somebody put
No.
it in the chat.
Well, yeah, no.
Hickory dickory dock. Donald Trump is a communist.
Doc. Yeah. He told me he was part of like a big, huge Sam Kinison comedy group that would tour the country, and that they actually were bigger than Fleetwood Mac as far as selling tickets in arenas.
Well, he might have been the ticket taker.
But I talked to people that actually knew these guys that were in the Outlaws of Comedy. Yeah, what they were called. Look it up.
I remember that. I remember them.
Yeah, but there's not like one video of Mike with the Outlaws of Comedy.
Because everybody that I know who were actual comedians said no, he wasn't part of it. But he kept saying, I don't know. I have no idea. Not that I don't believe him. I just...
Yeah, there's nothing.
If you look up Outlaws of Comedy, does it give you like who they are?
Well, let me try that. The Outlaws of...
Look, I don't want to bash the guy, but the guy he's a good friend. I mean, he was a nice guy when I was in the hospital. But he sucked on his podcast really bad, and he lies to people. He's a fraud. In my opinion.
Well, he might have written the Jack and Jill went up the hill, each with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. I mean, that is communism, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Spread the wealth.
Jill came down and wrote Joe a prescription. Oh!
Oh my goodness! I remember when that cassette tape came out. And Dice Clay. I was probably a sophomore in high school, and we were passing it around and making Memorex copies of it and hiding it from our parents. That was like the thing back in high school.
Oh yeah,
and I must have played that cassette 100 times. And here I am doing Christian radio.
Mike was the original Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
All right. The Outlaws of Comedy, according to Grok, were Sam Kinison,
okay,
Carl LeBouve or LeBouve.
Yeah, I did a show with that guy.
Alan Steven, and Mitchell Waters. Doesn't say Mike Chiselka anywhere.
Interesting.
Let's see here. There's a distinction between this group and the Texas Outlaw Comics, a separate Houston-based comedy collective from the mid-'80s that also included Kinison along with Bill Hicks, Ron Schock, Steve Epstein, and others. Well, that could be the Mike.
He might be others.
And others. Let's look them up. Who were the members of the Texas Outlaw Comics?
I love this, Brandon. The original Blue Collar Comedy Tour. He came up with the "You Might Be a Redneck" bit.
Yeah, I actually, you remember Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah.
So I knew another comedian here that worked with me on a morning show, and he knew him really well. So we had lunch with the guy on my friend's patio, just sitting there shooting the shit and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's so weird to hear Larry the Cable Guy talk just like a normal dude, sitting there having a beer and a burger and shit like that. It's so different. But he's a cool guy, really nice guy.
Oh, that's cool.
But he's actually funny, not just talking.
Do you want the list of people in the Texas Outlaw Comics?
Yeah,
sure.
Sam Kinison, Bill Hicks, Ron Schock, Steve Epstein, Carl LeBouve, John Schubeck, Riley Barber, Dan Merriman, John Fernetti, Jimmy Pineapple, Andy Huggins, Stephen Giuliano Moore, Mike Vance, and Brett Butler.
Oh, I remember Brett Butler.
Yeah, she was on that Grace Under Fire show.
Yeah.
And she was also on What was that show with Charlie Sheen? Anger Management.
She was on Walking Dead for a season. I barely recognized her.
Well, she is old now.
Yeah.
Well, it's still no Mike Jaselka.
Now, see, here's an AI generated thing. Mike Jaselka, a comedian, began his career at the renowned Comedy Store in Los Angeles. He is known for having toured with the late Sam Kinison as one of the outlaws of comedy.
Hey, it's Chris Akin from the Classic Metal Show, Chris Akin Presents, and the Seth Williams Show, straight from the uncensored heart of the CMS network. We've just been crowned a certified Rumble creator, and that means we're bringing the heat. All our shows, commercial-free, baby. Advanced episode drops sometimes months before the normal release, so you're not stuck waiting. You'll get all this plus exclusive content for Rumble Premium subscribers that'll blow your mind. And with Rumble Premium, you'll get every CMS Network show and all of Rumble's other videos with no ads and no fluff. This is our official home, Rumble. It's raw, powerful, and unfiltered. You want in? Just hit us up at rumble.com/register/classic metal show to sign up for free commenting, chat live, and just your ability to join the chaos of all of our shows. Then while you're there, swing by any of our videos, smash that Rumble Premium button, and level up. Subscribe now. Don't sleep on this. Hit the link in the description.
He must have done one show.
That's what I've said all the time.
He must have done one show, filled in for one of the D acts that was sick that night. No.
All right. Connection to Outlaws of Comedy. Jaselka is explicitly linked to Sam Kinison's Outlaws of Comedy, a touring group distinct from the Texas Outlaw Comics. There is no direct evidence tying him to the Houston-based Texas Outlaw Comics, which was centered at the Comedy Workshop, and included Kinison, Hicks, and others.
Can we get Florentine on to verify this?
We probably could.
We had him on not that long ago. Should have asked.
Who's Mike Jaselka?
I'd be like, who?
I'll tell you what. Look, the guy has got some great stories about Kinison, and I believe him. He's not lying. I mean, I know he's not a liar like that. He's a liar when it comes to politics. He's a liar about what party he belongs to, and he's a fraud when it comes to his message. But I think that he has a very long history, career in comedy, and I think he's done very well. I think somewhere along the line between him being a district attorney here and representing guilty fucking people all over the place, he lost his comedy a little bit, became a dick. And, hopefully he's got it back. I mean, I'd actually like to go to the show on Thursday and see if it's any good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear any comedy here.
Wouldn't you be bummed if you went? It's like the funniest fucking show you ever saw.
Yes.
I would be.
I would heckle again from the audience. Where were you? What happened to you?
Just got to be careful when you're heckling him. You might get sued. Jeez.
Well, from what I hear, if it's him doing the suing, you'll win.
Ah,
You're going to be all right.
nice. It's like my first divorce lawyer.
How many divorce lawyers did you have, Greg?
Well, I'm on marriage number 3.
Ooh,
so hopefully we keep it at 2.
Dude, you got to learn your lesson.
Yeah, right?
What do you need lawyers for? Like,
stop giving away money. What are you doing?
My first marriage was simple, man. She took the dining room table, my Metallica autograph poster, and she hit the door, dude.
I wish. My first 2 were just ruthless.
Oof. I got the world's best deal in my divorce, and I'll never do it again because I'll never get this deal again. I literally kept my business, kept my house, didn't have to pay alimony. All I had to do was give up a bedroom set and some miscellaneous furniture.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
And a savings account. That's it.
It kind of helped with my ex when we showed up at the courthouse to get a divorce. Was already with the child of another man. So it was kind of like, all right, well,
So why would you have to give up anything in that deal?
Dude, I was messing around with another chick anyways, and so I just wanted her out of the house so I could move the other one in. I got engaged to Heather number 2
Right.
2 hours after I got divorced.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
jeez. Was this somebody you had to work with after you guys got divorced?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I know how that goes. I worked with my ex for quite a few years after.
So at least the first Heather like the Heather #1 tattoo was chopped off when it took my leg.
Do either of you get along with your exes or no?
No.
No, I don't speak to my first one. I tried to be civil with my second one, but well, Seth knows my second ex.
Not good, huh?
I do.
It's a real treat.
God, I got
Hey,
lucky all
man.
the way around. I get along fine with my ex now.
I have
really
nothing
do.
bad to say about your ex, dude, at all.
He has nothing good to say either,
You
but he has nothing
you gotta
bad.
see her at work every day.
I see her work every day, so screw you, dude. I'm not seeing anything I'm gonna say anything bad. I love that lady.
She's the best. I hate
She
Greg.
is.
Ever.
Fucking Greg coming on the show thinking he's gonna ruin my life.
Just blame me.
No,
Chris
no.
invited him on.
No, you would be wise to say what a wonderful woman my ex-wife is.
But
You know it. You know it. You better say good things about her.
anyways, I am so changing the subject right now. I don't talk to my ex-wife at all, dude, at all.
Uh,
But she's
I
been
talk to
married
my
3
ex.
times.
I talk to my ex fairly often.
I co-host. She was my co-host on the afternoon show.
Oh my God. Even
That
after you were
was-
broke up?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That was a crazy idea to put me on a show with Seth Boss and my ex-wife.
so you had to literally pretend that you were thrilled. Hey, how are you? Good to see you today. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I felt I did a pretty good job of that, but we got some mail from the listeners who could tell that she hated my guts.
Dude, I don't even want to ask, but I mean, like, I'd someday like to hear the story why she hates you, because you both seem like very nice individuals.
Are you serious? you saying that because you want to stay in her good graces?
Look, my voice is hurting so bad right now. Maybe we should move on.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're good people. We're good people. We just didn't get along.
Just didn't work out for you
Yeah.
too. That's all.
Yeah.
Look, as far as my ex-wife goes, I mean, look, there were some things that behind scenes that really hurt me and hurt my career, really. And she was in the same field as me, and so it was tough to like try to go after the same goals without stepping on each other.
Yeah.
And things didn't work out. Sucks. I probably didn't handle it the right way, but it is what it is. And it ended up being the best for me, and I think for her too. And
Yeah.
She seems happy. She's got a kid of her own now, and we didn't have any children, so it was easy to walk away.
Sure.
Right.
So it didn't cost us too much, and she got the cat, I got the dog, and we went our separate ways. And I think it's best to just leave it like that.
You
Yeah.
still want that Metallica poster back, though.
I still kind of want the poster back. Well, look, she took every autograph that we had, and
Oh,
it was because of me that we even got those autographs. But whatever, autographs can be replaced, and I'm happier now. So
Brian, you are right. Men will never learn. Although I will say that when I met I actually knew my current wife years before I even married wife number 2. But we both, my current wife and I, had decided no more marriages, no more relationships. We are done. And we started hanging out as friends because we had both just gotten divorced from our spouse number 2, and it just happened naturally. So I have a lot of faith that this time is the charm.
I mean, Brian says men will never learn. Well, Chris has.
I
Chris
learned.
It's like,
Chris
I'm not
did,
doing it
yes.
ever again. Yeah.
I'm never going to get married again. And I'm not afraid of dying alone either. I won't remember it. So whatever.
Right.
I'm good. I am
I won't
absolutely.
remember it.
I'll be dead. I'll just be a bag of meat in the dirt.
You don't believe in the afterlife?
I don't believe that if you go to the afterlife, good or bad, heaven or hell, that you worry about the minute things of earthly life, meaning specifically some issue you had here. If you're going to heaven, you're not going to be worried about some little stupid thing here. If you're going to hell, I imagine it's a lot more painful than worrying about some nonsense. You know, I don't envision either. And if all of that's fake, then you're not going to remember it anyway. So you don't worry about it. Dying alone versus having hot poker stuck in your eyes every single day, I think that's probably the worst if hell is a real thing. If heaven's a real thing, I don't think you're in the most perfect place in the world going, you know what, everything would be so much better if it wasn't for that one thing. If I didn't remember dying alone, because I died and went to the better place.
Right.
I'm happy I died.
Brian, that bothers me. I'm 42, no kids, never been married. Had
Good
a
for him.
No. I think you miss out. I think you miss out if you don't get married.
No way.
Else.
Are you really?
No way. That is the perfect way to go.
I'm with you, Chris.
Listen, you have children.
I love my daughter.
I love my
absolutely
kids, but I love them a lot better now that they're grown.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't like them much when they were little.
Yeah, I'll totally miss my daughter. I miss those good times of being a little kid and stuff. And to me, there's something rewarding about having a child, raising a child.
There absolutely is.
Sure.
But I love her. I mean, it's a different kind of love. It's something, you know, not like having a dog. I mean, it's like you have a child that you're in charge of and raising her. And
It's pretty close to like having a dog.
it's not.
Just have to feed them more. Spend more on clothes.
But how different would your life be if you didn't get married, didn't have kids? You could travel whenever you wanted. You could do whatever you wanted. You didn't have to answer to anybody. You could go out if you want to go out, do whatever. Hey,
Yeah, I mean, look, it's sacrifice, but at the same time, I think it's more rewarding than it is sacrifice. I can't imagine the love I have for that little girl, even to this day, is more than I could possibly ever have for anything else in my life.
Yeah.
well, I'm with you on that.
I think that's good, and
Of course
makes
it's
me feel
good.
happy about life, and like I did something with my life other than partying. And
See, but here's the other side of this coin, Seth. When you talk about your life, 99% of it is negative. The positives you bring are your daughter and your wife, and then everything else you hate. Whether
Exactly.
it's weather, society, everything else. If you're not married, if you take those two shining lights out and live a more free lifestyle, you would have 85 more lights in your life. You wouldn't be worried about every little thing
well,
because you wouldn't be as grounded.
I wouldn't change.
You're
it for-
grounded to your wife and your daughter as far as that is my shining light.
but I wouldn't
you know,
change that.
You know, when you were single, think about before even the first wife, when you were truly single. What negative things did you have? What negative thoughts? What negative feelings? My hunch is next to none.
Well, I mean, I can be honest with you. I was addicted to fucking drugs and had a horrible life.
You enjoyed it though.
On occasion.
There you
Not the
go.
way I wanted to spend the rest of my life.
No, but you were enjoying your life.
I don't know. I wouldn't change anything for the world.
I'm not saying that you should. Nobody's saying that you should. I'm just saying that in today's world, look, for me anyway, I learned I should have got divorced. I was married 23 years. I knew I should have been divorced at about the 6-month mark. I knew it. But I hung around an extra 22 and a half for good measure. You know, it's so stupid. And I've been divorced now 13 years next week, actually. And in those 13 years, you know, that's more than half of what I was married. What I was married seems like endless eternity. These last 13 years, boom, gone. Because I've been happy.
So weird. I didn't even know you were married when I met you. That's bizarre.
Yeah, because she hated everything about my life. She hated that I was known for radio. She hated that I was somewhat of a Cleveland celebrity guy. She hated that I had this thing with the music. She hated all of it. So I didn't bring her to anything.
Yeah,
She
Greg.
would, She wasn't coming out to the shit.
Chris and I go back, 20, 25 years?
Yeah. Seth
And
was.
I didn't know that.
Seth was my very first intern on WMMS.
On the metal show stuff.
Yep. A
And,
zillion years ago.
yeah, I mean, we're talking literally 25 years ago.
It was like in the 90s.
All this time, I did not know that he was married when I knew him.
I
He's very
never
secretive.
brought
He's
her
a very
out.
private guy.
No, I'm not. I just never brought her out to anything. I never brought her out to anything. And even though I was a miserable fuck, I did what most guys do, which is I just said the right things. Oh, she's great. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. I was living the Facebook family before there was Facebook. I was just living it outside where I was like, people like, oh, you're married? Yeah, I've been married since 1989. Got 3 kids. You say those things and it sounds like it's a wonderful experience.
Right.
Meanwhile, what it really means is, yeah, I've been married since 1989 and I got to get in the car in 2 hours and drive back home to that bitch. You know, I hate to say it, but that's just how it was. And she is the same way, you know. That's the funny thing. Me and her have talked through it now, like we've talked through everything, and she's the same way. She's told me stories about thinking about coming in to the bedroom and stabbing me to death.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
So yeah, the love was mutual. The love was, we did not like each other, but we still get along. It's the weirdest thing because as much as we did not get along, we get along way better now. Now where it's only 5-6 times a year that we talk or whatever, you know, we get along great. We joke around, we have some fun, we tell stories about the silliness of our stupid years, you know, and it's fun and it's fine. But yeah, I can't get married again. I can't what are the odds of me getting divorced and not losing 1, 2, or all 3 of the businesses?
Oh, yeah. He'd be fucked.
What are the odds of that? What are the odds of me not paying child support or spousal support rather?
Mm-hmm.
Forget it. There's no way I can hit that. I caught a lottery ticket. I'm not going to go and buy another one.
Yeah.
See, me and my wife are actually looking forward to the next chapter because when we started dating and first got married, we were only together for 2 years total before we ended up having our daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So for the past 18 years, it's been just us and our kid. So we're actually looking forward to having this next chapter where it's just us again.
So you're going to be in your empty nest. You're going to be railing your wife, and then all of a sudden it's going to hit you that while you are railing your wife, your daughter is getting railed in college.
We've had another Greg Mack today. It's been nice having Greg on the show. Fuck, why would you say that, you horrible person? How old is your daughter?
You got to be ready for the obvious.
My daughter's 28. She's had the same boyfriend since high school.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've come to that realization.
You have to.
Well, I mean, okay, well, since you're going to say that shit about me, what's it like knowing that your daughter actually had some guy's cock in her mouth, dude?
It sucks.
Like, how do you go up to that guy and go, hey, good job, my friend?
Because you know how? Because every daughter has had some guy's cock in their mouth.
I don't want to hear that.
That's the truth.
I'm preparing you. I'm preparing you for college. I'm being a good friend.
I got news for you, Seth. Your mom sucked your dad's dick. Your grandfather got his dick sucked by your grandmother. And probably 3 other ladies that are now in the ground.
So terrible to even think about. Why would you say that?
Because it's true.
I'm fairly certain my grandparents had sex twice or something.
Look, when they said leave it to Beaver, you know what they were talking about. It wasn't a kid.
So your
Ward,
daughter,
come on in here and spank this ass.
So your daughter was with your first wife?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
You and your current ex never had children?
No, thank God. No. In fact, she treated my daughter. Nah, I'm not even going to get into that. But yeah, thank God. She wanted to have a kid with me. She wanted to, and I'm like,
Come on.
And
I'm going to ask so many questions, but I can't. I can't ask any questions.
things
Why not?
came to a head.
How did you meet?
Who? Me and number 2?
Yeah.
I was at the broadcasting. No. Do you know Jamie Sullivan from 19 News?
Yeah.
Okay. She was working at Metro Traffic at the time, and I was a board op at HK, I believe, and she was my traffic girl, and she's like, "Hey, I want to set you up on a date." I'm like, okay.
Really?
Yeah, she set me up on a date with her.
And now you hate her.
And I remind Jamie every time I talk to her that she owes me.
Is Jamie Sullivan a big girl?
I
can't get a read when I see her on TV.
She's like 6 foot tall. She's kind of Amazon. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty. I just can't tell what she's like, in person.
Yeah, she's super tall. She's a nice person. She's a really nice person. She and her one of her friends used to come see me when I used to spin at Wish.
Huh.
Yeah.
So I met my ex at broadcasting school.
Oh yeah?
She was married at the time.
Note to self: date nobody at the broadcasting school.
Yeah.
Oh, that broadcasting school. There are some. If the walls could talk.
Oh,
I bet.
So
she was married at the time.
Okay.
And I was engaged to somebody else at the time. And we ended up going out like on a video shoot. And there's a big long story, but we ended up hooking up and left. She left her husband. I left the girl I was engaged to, and we ended up getting married. We were married for 7 years before all hell broke loose.
Oh man.
7 years, rookie.
I actually met my current wife around the same time, probably before I met my second wife. She came to speak to our class, and she worked with Jamie at Metro. And I'm like, and I was in full player mode back then. I won't get into that, but I'm like, I want that chick. I'm gonna get that chick.
You're a DJ, man. Yeah.
And so I ended up. We went out as a group of. We went out as a bunch of a big group of friends, and I ended up getting her number. But I didn't realize that one of the other women in the group wanted me. She was an IA at an instructor's assistant at the school, and so Gene and I were supposed to go out on this date, and all of a sudden she calls me and she goes, I can't. I got to focus on my kid. Her oldest was real young at the time. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, she was all enthusiastic. All of a sudden she doesn't want to go on this date. Okay, whatever. Fine. I meet wife number 2. Turns out Gene and I started working together. So we were friends while I was dating wife number 2. Marry wife number 2. Gina and her husband number 2 came to our wedding.
Wow.
What?
Me and wife number 2 went to her wedding.
Ugh, no.
Yeah. And then our divorces happened within 6 months of each other back in 2012, 2013.
Jesus, no thank you.
We started dating in 2014, and here we are.
Of course, it's like, thank God I stayed out of all of
I'm
this
like,
bullshit.
oh my God. The best thing I ever did was right when I got divorced. I said never again.
Never.
And I never will. No way.
Yeah.
But actually, me and my wife, on the 27th of this month, we're going to be down in Tennessee celebrating our 20th anniversary, dude.
Look at that.
So, 20 years is pretty good, but technically now I've consistently been married for 27 years because I was single for like 2 hours.
So are you guys driving down to Tennessee?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you cross the Tennessee border, I want you to look at your wife and say, babe, you're the only 10 I see.
Nice.
Mike Giselko wrote that for me.
Yes, he did.
No, that's way too good for a Mike joke.
But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, 20 years is a long time. I didn't think at the beginning of our relationship we'd be married for 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, she was obviously one of the hottest girls I got to ever be with, and
Yeah, you
know.
showed me your wedding video. I was like, holy cow, Seth pulled that?
yeah, dude, right?
Nice.
Pulled that without money. Amazing.
We should play that video on the show someday, dude. It's a fun video.
Fine.
Oh man, I wish I had a wedding like that. That was crazy.
Blow up dolls and all kinds of strippers, and it was a good time.
Nice.
But yeah, dude. I mean, can you imagine me getting a girl like that? I mean, I was thinking, count my blessings.
Well, the thing, I think what works with you guys, Seth, and I don't know Greg's wife at all, but I'd imagine with Greg too, is it can work if you find somebody that has the same interests and sense of humor and that kind of stuff. Me and my ex, other than having the same birthday, we literally had nothing in common. Nothing.
Yeah.
She didn't like the same movies. She didn't like the same music. She didn't like wrestling, which I like. I didn't like, she was all into nature. You'd be hard pressed to get me to cut my grass. I mean, if you pick any topic, I promise you we're on opposite sides of it. Any topic, which made it unbelievably difficult. Not only being married, that's only one part of it. Go back to the kids. How much fun do you think I had raising the kids when I had this idea and she had that idea? I want them to play sports. Well, I don't want them to play football because they might get hurt. Well, I do want them to play football. So everything was a battle. Every damn thing. Everything was a battle, and it just sucked. To where it's like, I'm much happier now. I have no battles in my life anymore. None. And I love it. You two, between the two of you, you will have more compromises today between you and your respective wives than I will for the next 6 months. Because I just won't have any conflicts with anybody.
Yeah.
And that is worth more to my brain than having some built-in piece of ass here at the house. Sorry, it just is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, I think hang on. Can I pull up this thing?
Go ahead.
It's only 3 minutes long. There's a long version. There's a 3-minute version.
Pull it up.
Well, I'm not that smart sometimes. Hang on. Give me a second.
Pull it up, goddammit!
Ask your daughter to help you.
And she's at the movies with a guy. Dude, fucking sucking dick all night long.
Hole in the bottom of the popcorn
I was
box.
just going to say that.
You guys
Did he order extra butter on that popcorn? A little extra grease? A little extra
Why? What's the
lubricant?
point of that? Why would you say that?
A little extra lubricant there, Seth.
I am so retarded when it comes to this stuff. I don't understand how to do it.
I'd imagine the butter makes the pee-pee taste wonderful. Comment?
No.
No, that's not nice, Cody. Jesus, she's stroking his cock as we speak. That's not nice.
Oh.
Why is that not showing? Add to the stage. There you go.
Rosemary, heaven restores you in life. You're coming with me through the aging, the fearing, the strife. It's the smiling on the package, it's the faces in the sand, it's the thought that moves you upward, embracing me with 2 hands. Right, we'll take you places, yeah, maybe to the beach. When your friends, they do come crying, tell them now your pleasure set upon slow release.
See, if I asked my wife if we could have strippers at my wedding,
Not gonna happen.
she would have beat the crap out of me.
Let's turn the sound off so we could talk over it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, I don't.
No, we wouldn't be married. She would have walked away.
I don't think I could have got away with strippers. That's
Turn
for
off
sure.
the music. You don't need the music on here. But yeah, it was like a cake fight and shit that was going on. You got walked down by Slider and shit. And
Look at that.
there was one of the comedians that used to be around. I don't remember what his name is. But it was fun. They're like, look, I was just a young guy, dude.
Where was this?
Shooters on the flats.
Okay.
Kenny Crumpton was there, right?
Crumpton was there from Fox 8. There he is.
Tipping him back.
It was a party back then, man.
Yeah,
I'd like to see the footage you couldn't post on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that. Ryan Dalton, he was a comedian.
I remember Ryan Dalton. He's still around.
I was gonna say I know that name.
My wife walking around wearing that nice ass skirt and stuff, and
Man, look at you.
Where are you? Are you filming?
no, I got the horns on right there. But, you know, too bad the morning show sucked ass.
Oh, there you go.
But there's like a 20-minute version on it with like a lot of cool stuff.
Was that
Nice.
the morning show with like Christy and
Sean, Christy, and Hunter.
Sean, Christy, and Hunter? That's right. They last like 18 months,
Yeah. That's no
like
good.
that.
They weren't bad. It was just another shit morning show going up against like better talent.
Well, they had such a hard time after Jeff and Flash were done.
Oh yeah, but they never gave morning shows a chance.
Who
No.
were they up against? Howard or
Now that would have been
Rover or
probably
what?
that probably would have been Rover at the time
Yeah, they were up against Rover.
on 92
somehow that show has hung around.
forever.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I do not get it. But again, I saw all the behind the scenes stuff with them, and
yeah.
Rover piece of shit.
He, it seems like he just follows the Howard Stern playbook.
Well, he sure does have a lot of friends that do a lot of strange things. Every fucking story starts with, I had this friend, and he was on a boat, and meanwhile, it's like...
Now, half the stuff in radio is made up.
Of course. I will say, in fairness, Doogie was always awesome. She was so nice, so sweet. But yeah, Rover and Dieter and that crew, bunch of cunts. I did not like them.
I went to school with Dumb. Sean.
Oh really?
Yeah.
He asked me one day. He was like, "Dude, man, can you give me some weed?" I was like, "Dude, I don't smoke." He's like, "But your eyes are always red." I was like, "Because I'm an alcoholic. I don't smoke weed though."
So my wife and I, before we bought this house, we rented the house next door to where we're living right now in Parma, and it was owned by Sean and his ex-wife Andrea. And the entire house stunk like weed.
Oh my god!
And we cleaned it top to bottom, had the vents clean, and you still could not get that smell is permanently in that house.
Part of the decor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom, we talked about that earlier. There have been 500 at least Marines that we know of being deployed to L.A. So,
Wonderful.
all right, gentlemen, I think it's that time.
Wow, that went fast.
Yeah,
It went
it was
quick.
fun. It was fun.
I appreciate you joining us, Greg. And God knows I needed the help today with this voice problem, so thank you.
Well, hey, anytime one of you guys is out, man, let me know.
And
Yes.
you were awesome as usual, so we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cool.
God willing, we'll talk to you on Wednesday. God
Seth
willing,
is
I'll be
still
able
alive.
to talk on Wednesday. And I think that's it. Thank you again,
That's it.
Greg, and have a good Monday, Tuesday, and we'll talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown, prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.
I had an interest in music, always.
It's always kind of been around me some way, shape, or form.
5 minutes sitting on a drum set, man, change your life.
This is the same black guitar that Marty McFly plays in Back to the Future.
I love the feeling I get in front of the freaking full stack here, just the vibration, there's something to it.
I'm lucky because I do have a little bit of a tap into the Fu Manchu lore, into the Nebula lore.
In order to keep things going, you kind of have to like start playing the game a little bit, you know, like the business game.
Everybody has to get through a day-to-day, and how do you exist and how do you get by?
As far as getting people to commit to bands, it's tough to keep a lot together these days, for sure.
Still sleeping on people's floor, that's still a reality.
Probably also playing with some of the best people I've ever played with. The creative juices don't stop. It just keeps going.
For me, it's just finding a balance of how much time I'm spending with my family versus how much time I'm spending working.
It's this validation that what you're doing actually has merit.
Obviously, we're a little long in the tooth, and we've been doing this for a minute, and now we can kind of do what we want. We don't need a record company. I'll do it myself. I'll do it the way I want to.
Just always be cool. Just be respectful. Those are your people. They're connecting to you on some level, even if they don't look like you.
It's got to happen, you know, or else I'll go crazy. I'll go crazy one way or another, you know. I might as well, you know, not go crazy if I can play music.
Maybe one day I'll have a Porsche, but, you know, until that day, I'll drive a Chevy.
There you go.
All right?